Right, I think it's time for a review about this Tonk. I have this since quite a while. Can't even remember. I got this for free effectively because I bought it in a sale, which means half price. Plus, I sold event tanks or vehicles for it that I didn't want to have, so I got this. Um, I give you so normal YouTubers, I think they give you a stat card overview, read the stat card to you, show you a brilliant gameplay or whatever, and then that's it. I'm not going to do that. I give you a detailed review about what it can do, how you can do it, and then I'm going to show you a representative and actual, like how what you can actually expect in a match. This is not a, oh, I got 2 nukes in one game type of thing. That's not it. I give you a review and show you what you actually can expect from this thing when you buy it, because I think I don't what's it the current price about it's 60-70 bucks or something. It's really expensive, right? So if you buy such a thing, and you in quotes own these pixels on the screen right there, you want to have really as much information about it as possible, which is what I will give you. So first of all, let me spoiler something. This thing is actually quite good. It is really good. It sits in the tech tree around here at 9.7. It was 9.3 before, but it got up to, I guess, to 9.7. There is a free version as well, which is 99% similar. So what I say about this is also applicable to this, except this has a higher reload for the ATGM. But other than that, it's really the same type of vehicle. But because this is slightly better, I will give you a overview about this. Because it's not so easy. Obviously, you can test ride it yourself, but it has some quirks that I'm going to show you before I will roll the gameplay. I will do this in realistic settings, not sim, because I want to show you the vehicle from the outside, and I will also show you why I do this. So, first of all, what do you have? Your main armament is your cannon. This is mostly used for side shooting targets. You cannot penetrate tanks, MBTs from the front, but this is not what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to attack light vehicles from the side or main battle tanks from the side, okay? This is what it does. Next point, it has these shells as the main shell. That doesn't sound like much, 82 millimeters, but for the sides of vehicles or fronts of light vehicles, this is more than enough. The second option that you have, and that you always carry, is 4 ATGMs. I will show you these in detail later. And you can also carry HE grenades. You actually, in fact, you have to carry at least 5 of them, otherwise the interface complains and it doesn't let you join. You have to take these. You also have smoke grenades and ESS and artillery and drones. So let's start with the first cool thing about this. Let's go to this little hill right there. It's not a hill, but you know what I mean. So this vehicle, I think this is not used by everyone. This is hydropneumatic suspension. The stat card says it has 6 degrees of gun depression. But this is not enough in all cases. Let's say you're not on a stupid city map, but instead you are on a nature map like this one. Let's get this tree out the way. And you want to shoot this leopard there in front. What do? You either go forward and expose your hull like this, right? Or, let me show you this. You need keys for this. You need special keys for this. This is in the options menu. So I have a key to lower the front of the vehicle, to lower the back of the vehicle, to reset it all, or to lower and raise the complete hull like this. This is why I'm in realistic, so I can show you this from the outside. So again, lower the hull, raise the hull, lower the front, or lower the back. And then you need a key for reset. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys for this. Now again, when I'm in this position, I can't shoot the Leopard. When I lower the hull, I can. I think it's right there. Dead. You see? So this, in fact, has... I would say I didn't measure it, but I say it has about 10 degrees of gun depression effectively. Now, what you have just seen is a shot with the ATGM. The ATGM is a tandem ATGM, which means the ERA guys, with the tanks with ERA on top of them, that's not effective at all. So let me show you on this, I think it's an M60 variant. I will shoot right where the ERA is. Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter at all. You also saw the reload rate of the ATGM, which is about 1 second. So, also very cool. Now, in addition to all this, the ATGM can be fired on the move, which is not normal at all. Most vehicles require you to stop or be below a certain speed, let's say below 20 kilometers an hour or something like that, to be able to fire the ATGM. But this one, you can fire on the move. Also, if you notice, the thing does not have a smoke trail. It's smokeless. So the enemy does not know it is coming. And it is also really fast. It has 370 meters per second. Considering you fire this at maximum, I think War Thunder maps are really small, right? Like maximum you fire this at like maybe a kilometer, but that's really pushing it already. It's more like this distance right here, which is what? 500. So let's count this. 1 Mississippi, 2, yeah. So about 2 seconds to impact, not even really. Right, this is one thing. The other thing you have already seen, that is the thermal sight, which it also gets. So thermal sight, I think it's 2nd or 3rd gen. You can make use of this in hilly or in mountainous terrains with many trees and whatnot to see the enemy tanks pop out. As you can see, the engine is always really hot, right? Now let me demonstrate the power of this gun, the normal gun, when it's in a side shooting position. You know, on a Leopard the ammo is kinda there, right? So yeah. You can't do anything to these guys from the front, but if you are a little bit more advanced, you can like range find the cannon and then just hammer this until it's red or completely black. Yeah, and you can see that now you can't shoot back anymore. It's completely vulnerable. You go around its side, and that's him dealt with, right? Now, we are not done yet, so let me restart this actually to show you the other capability of this, which is it can lock planes. So it's not only good at killing tanks, it's also good at killing planes, as long as they are, I think, so if you can lock within 6 kilometers, right? But when they are moving, it's sometimes, yeah, I wouldn't shoot past 2 kilometers with this. But it is possible. Now let me show you the last thing. Oh, no, it's not the last thing. It's not the last thing. Let me go to this water right there. Because it can also swim. So in addition to being very maneuverable on land, it can also swim. It's not the fastest doing it, And War Thunder maps don't feature a lot of water, as we all know. But you can do it, and sometimes you can cross... We can't go up here, I guess. So sometimes you can cross bodies of water where the enemy just doesn't expect it, right? Which is also really cool. It's 99% useless in War Thunder, but it is there. Maybe for the future. I don't know. Okay, so now the last thing. I've talked to you about these HE shells earlier. Now for this to demonstrate, I would normally need some kind of light vehicle in this test arena right here, which we don't have. So we will take this Leopard there, which is the lightest vehicle, just as a demonstration object. It's not ideal, but let's just assume this is, I don't know, let's say it's a VBCI or whatever, something very light. And let's also assume it would be farther away. So please, a bit of fantasy. So we load this by firing the ATGM in the barrel off, and now we have the HE shell loaded, right? So normally when you are in this gun sight is adjusted to the cannon, right? It's the cannon, so you don't actually know where the HE shell is aiming at. For this, you need a secondary, I think it's called like this, yeah. Select secondary weapon. So pressing this, F3 in my case, gives you this other range scale. And now when you range find this, you can play artillery. So now the goal for this is to let the HE shell land on the guy's head, which again is normally only effective really with light vehicles, right? Because this still has too much armor up there, but 1 centimeter or less, it's doable. So let's range find this. And he's at 338 meters. And you can see the HE shell is basically like an artillery shell. So it lobs, right? So it flies so slowly. In fact, yeah, 250 meters per second. Which means the further the enemy is away, the higher the arc is, and the higher the guarantee is that it lands on top of the thing. This really only works with either if you get lucky. So I think it doesn't work on this guy. Let's try, but I don't think it will work. Yeah, not really, right? So you need a good angle for this. See, it doesn't really... It hit the window, like the driver window right there. But if this... Oh, okay, we got his ammo. So, yeah, we got his ammo to cook off, which is good, I guess, because now he only has 1 shot left. Yeah, so you are basically like an artillery... Oh, we got him. There we go. So, yeah. You are an artillery piece, which is really cool if you want to splash light vehicles at a distance. Let's say, yeah, this guy, for example, let's assume this would be a light vehicle somewhere camping, right, in a hill, in a valley, and you would see this. You would just range find it and let the artillery shell drop from above on his head, and there's nothing you can do. I think that covers it. Again, you have smoke, obviously, right? You have great mobility. You are going 70 kilometers an hour frontally, and you can reverse with still 20 kilometers an hour, which is rare for Russian vehicles. It also has neutral steering, so you can turn on the spot like this. So to reiterate, you can swim, your mobility is great all around. You have thermals, you can lock planes and helis at up to 6 kilometers. You have a very strong ATGM, Bonk. With a very strong reload time. Yeah, it's just great. I could not find any real weakness with this vehicle, except obviously that it doesn't have armor, right? It just doesn't. There's anything can kill you. In fact, let me show you. There is one useless thing in the unlock screen for this, and I would take that off. This is additional ballistic protection package. When you turn this on, you get like these little composite screens. But to be honest, this just makes you slower, and anything can penetrate you anyways. So at this VR, so I just drive around without it. This will not prevent you from getting killed, really. So just turn it off and use it as it is. So again, if you have the money and if it is on sale, I cannot recommend this enough. Normally, I'm not for light vehicles. For example, in the past I've made a video about this thing, but I would rather up tier the BMD-4 to 10.3 than use the 2S38 at 10.3. This is worse all around. The gun is stronger, but everything else is worse. The mobility is worse. It doesn't have an ATGM. The hull is not. You can't decrease the height of the hull and nothing. This is worse. So the one-tap potential of the BMD-4 is fantastic. Now, without further ado, I will show you the gameplay, narrate over it, explain why I did what I did, and then I will leave you to your devices. Right, this is Hürtgen Forest. I prefer nature maps over city maps any day. I hate these little small Call of Duty maps. And even if there's a city in the middle, like here, I avoid this like the pest, basically. Now what I'm doing always in the beginning, if you have seen right now, I'm range finding just right in front of me. Just because to get rid of the parallax, and you never know how soon you have to shoot. It's just some kind of routine that I always do in vehicles that have laser rangefinders. So the goal here is obviously to flank around, go on the hill, and then shoot in between, yeah, where the yellow circle is right now, basically. Now keep in mind, I always play sim when I can, because I much prefer the historically correct lineups. I can't stand fighting Sweden in my Leopard 2. It's just not realistic. So when I can and Gaijin lets me do it, I always play sim. So me and I think 2 others are climbing this hill right now. And I'm considering at this point if I should use the drone. But the bad thing is you can't really steer your own vehicle while using the drone. And in sim the controls are a little bit different. You have to either use your joystick for it, or your flight stick, or you do it with your mouse. And the controls are much different. It doesn't fly itself, basically. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind. Now here, I'm lowering the front of my hull, as shown before, because there's a little hill there. I see that the BTR, which overtook us earlier, is advancing, pressing forward. And I'm keeping just my eye out. I have the thermal sight enabled here because there's many trees here and whatnot, and I don't want a barrel peeking out before. Oh, and there you can see the BTR is engaging something. I don't know what it is at this point. So I stop for a second if I can see it, I think. No, I can't. Don't know where it is exactly now, I know. And I decide to push forward here and hope that the enemy can't react to me in time. I'm going almost 70 kilometers an hour. And just to use the strength of this vehicle to surprise him. And I fire an ATGM right during the movement, right? Which is, again, one of the strong points of this vehicle. And because I expect a respawn right away, I pop smoke and run behind the cover. So basically, how I use this vehicle is just to confuse the enemy. Obviously to kill, yes, but it's really confusing when 2 minutes or even less after the match start, an enemy is wrecking teammates on a front line that you just have established, basically, right? And I don't know how much time has passed, I think 3 minutes, and I'm already looking at their spawn, which is really, yeah. And here, ATGM is out, no smoke visible, and it hits him wherever, really. It doesn't matter where it hits, it always kills. Yeah, so that's that. Now I'm checking the scoreboard here in a second, I think, because I'm expecting that these people react to me, right? So that they respawn. Yeah, there we go. But I realize while doing this, I think I do it another time here, yeah, that the guy I killed, both of them actually, they just left the game. Keep in mind, sim matches are usually much smaller than RB matches. And so if you kill 2 people, you basically have killed 30% of their team, which in RB terms would be like maybe 4 or 5. So if you kill 1 tank of the enemy team, it's worth much more than 1 kill in RB, right? Because there's less enemies. Now here I see another thing, but it swings right around. And the next one, this is my last one, this hits, but the AFT to my right, I think he is. Yeah, there he is. He takes him out before I can. By the way, this AFT, I played myself. Good Chinese vehicle. But this gets mistaken for a Mephisto all day, every day. So this is... yeah, it gets team killed a lot. So basically, the enemy team has left, most of them anyway. So because I don't expect any more respawns right now, I'm crossing in between their spawn and the cap. So this is battle mode, which means normally it's supposed to hold longer. And there I see an ATGM hitting, or almost hitting, the AFT. So yeah, and there's the kill message. So I turn around and see a helicopter. So another demonstration in the game. I lock the helicopter. He's 700 meters away. Fire at him. And yeah, kill him. So again, this is demonstrating the short-range flak capabilities of this vehicle as well. This does work perfectly in the game. You can see I didn't really take the HE belt, right? There's a second belt available. I only have APDS. You can do that. With it, you can kill anything that flies and anything that's light, probably a little bit quicker, but I figure I don't really need this. Now, I know that there's 1 or 2 enemies still alive. So I'm aggressively pushing onwards because the game hasn't ended yet. I figure, hey, they must be at the other spawn or somewhere close to that. So I'm just checking this out right now. And I see another heli. So again, lock him. Lose the lock because there's a twig in the way. Get rid of the twig. I see he's firing on me. Deploy smoke. reverse, change direction, so that the ATGM does not hit me, right? Obvious. But many people don't know this. Like, they smoke and then they think they're automatically invulnerable, but no, that's not the case. You have to actually change the direction behind the smoke. And yeah, another heli dealt with. I can't decide what I am. Am I a flak? Am I a tank destroyer? I don't know. So here, I'm looking and I see, oh, there's a Tum, right, looking at me. And he knows where I am. And I point him out on the map for my team to see. In Sim, people actually try to team play more, so you will see in a short second here. I rangefind him with my binos, just in case. But you will see in a couple of seconds that there is our friendly BTR, which takes him out because I just pointed him out on the map. So I thank the guy and basically move on. There's one dude left on the enemy team. And me and the BTR are continuing. Now he could be really everywhere. But yeah. Since we are closer to the south spawn than to the north spawn, I just, yeah, hold W at this point because the match is more or less won. We have killed 10 of their tanks and they have only managed to kill 2 of ours. And we are capping the point. So if I can secure this last kill, why not? I see that he has done nothing the whole game. And there I spot a smoke cloud. I think, yeah, I'm testing with my MG now if there's anything in it, but nothing. I don't know. And there I see, oh, it's our BTR, which is firing at something, but there's nothing there. I don't know what he's doing really, and I guess he just hit him right there. So there was something, but there was still one spawn available for the guy. I'm just staying here, just in case he comes back. With these light vehicles, always keep some kind of cover, if you can, between you and a potential enemy presence, right? So there's a hill right in front. If he spawns, he has to come out either left side or right side. And he doesn't know where exactly I am. Again, a range find in advance, as you just seen that right there. Because I'm expecting to shoot at roughly this distance. I pre-range find all the time. I think I do this like 3 or 4 times during this match. But nothing there. So a teammate points out that the enemy has been spotted on the other spawn. So I sigh a little bit and think, now, okay, great. Why isn't he here? And drove all this way. Okay. So, back north we go, but at this point the match is already over. And we have kept the point, and the match is won. This happens a lot, so this line up right here that you have seen right now, this happens really a lot. And yeah, oh, the result I can show you. I think I have this recorded as well, just in terms of what you can expect about RP, and yeah, there we go. So 4 kills, 2 air targets, 2 tanks, 1 assist, 9 hits, activity time 7 minutes, time played is unfortunately not, there it is, 11 minutes, not that long honestly. I wish these matches would last a lot longer, but yeah. 90,000 SL and 15,000 RP. I'm currently researching helis with it. Yeah, so all in all, this is doing everything right. I could not find any weak spots. Normally there's always something where you say, no, I don't like that. Either it's the gun handling, or it's the speed, or it's the traverse, or it's the cannon, or it's the shell, or it's whatever. Or you would want it to lock planes, right? But you can't. But this does everything. Or you would like to have an artillery for light vehicles at long range that you can't hit with an ATGM because it's straight line, right? You can't do that. You have to lob a shell, but you can't. This does it all, really. I can recommend it, but please keep in mind, as I said in the beginning, there is a free version available now in the tree, which does the exact same thing. The only thing that it does differently is that you have to reload your ATGM. I think it's 5 or 6 seconds. Don't quote me on it. It has a higher reload for the ATGM and for the HE shell, but everything else is exactly the same. So if you need or think you want to speed up your grind, yeah, I can recommend it. But you might also research until you have reached the free version, and then you put a talisman on it, which is much, much cheaper than the than the pack, right? Okay, I hope you have enjoyed that. I would like to do these vehicle reviews more often because I think, yeah, YouTubers often just glance over something, especially like special functionality like the artillery feature in quotes of the BMDs, right? You only see vehicle.mp4 files on YouTube with some memes inserted, but it doesn't actually give you information about what it does and what it doesn't do. And that's not really my cup of tea. I want to transport some information. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, guys, and until the next one. Bye-bye.